Oh, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody. What's up? Good evening. This is Data Firm The Real. This is Keita McClain.
I am Junior Lilly.
I am Marcus.
And what's up? We are filming live this evening from El Jefe Cigars in Dallas, Texas. Tony is the owner of this wonderful and beautiful, spacious cigar lounge in Dallas. If you haven't made it down here, make your way down here. You still have a little time. We'll be going live for an hour in the building. Thank you, Tony, for allowing us to come into this space this evening. We appreciate your gracious host, loving energy.
Yeah.
Give it up.
So I would clap, but I'm smoking that good stick. I ain't not to mess up the good stick. No.
So Tony has great cigars down here. Make your way down here and get some of these great cigars. Okay, we are doing a special edition live this evening, Monday Night Live. We usually do Tuesday every other week and Wednesday every other week. Every other Tuesday is me and Shamika, the Dark Therapist, where we talk about mental health issues. And then on every other Wednesday, Junior Lilly and Marcus are going hard in the paint.
Yes.
All right. So this evening, we're going to be talking about black men standing with their black women.
Right on.
Tall with their black women.
We need to really address this because one of the things we really have to really understand what this is. You tell us how this came about, babe.
So I decided to have a conversation because I was watching social media, of course, and I was noticing a lot of comments about Monique and her husband, right? And I was noticing how people were saying, why is her husband with her? Why is her husband making comments? Why does she have to have her husband with her? And I thought that this would be a great conversation. I don't care about the other issues relating Monique. That's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about people being upset about her black husband standing with her. So that's where the conversation came from, and I wanted to explore this conversation a lot deeper because there's a lot of negative narratives out here about black men as it is.
Yes.
And so let's have a positive conversation about how black men are present with their black women.
Agreed. I do agree.
Well, we really had to address also why they're not present. Because I think that's part of a deeper issue. And what does that support really look like? And I think that's one of the means we need to address it, because if it's not addressed or recognized correctly, it can be misunderstood as support, or support being a bad thing when it should be a mandatory thing.
Agree with that.
So I'm going to start with a question because I'm the only female this evening. And so I'm going to ask you, black gentlemen, and for those that are sitting here, I want you to include your thoughts. Please come up to the mic if you want to share your thoughts, your perspective, and any answers that you may have that you want to share about this particular topic. But my first question is, as a black man, explain a scenario where you stand with your black woman.
Thank you, Kia, for bringing up this topic of conversation, because it's very important that we as men stand with our women. And one area that I stand with my woman is supporting her as she navigates the concept of starting a business. My lady decided to become a notary, and she wanted to know how to set up the LLC, how to file for her EIN and all that. And my experience in doing it myself allowed me to support and stand with her and walk her through the process so she can feel as comfortable as possible.
That is great, Don. As a business owner myself, that really does matter, to have your man standing with you, supporting you, encouraging you. There's a lot that comes with being a business owner. And so having your mate support you through that process is extremely important. Not a man who's saying, why you want to do that? That's not what you should do, but someone that is supporting you, encouraging you, and utilizing their own skills, gifts, and expertise to support you in that.
I do have a follow-up question to this question. In supporting your mate, do you feel it is also, or either one of us, does it feel like it's also important that we as men understand what is being asked? We can support as a cheerleader clap, but we also can support, say, let me do some legwork. Let me go out here and research some things that we both may not understand, and therefore I can come back with a solution. How do y'all feel about that?
So I'll answer that. It's like she just said, you have to work in your realm of your abilities. A lot of times as support, we not understand we could sometimes do too much. And when we do too much because we don't know how to do it.
Oh,
Everybody sometimes, almost everybody, a lot of people always say, could give a recommendation.
yeah.
You should do it this, you should do it that way. For instance, you business owners, everybody has an opinion how you should run your business when they ain't got one.
Exactly. Exactly.
So if I'm supporting her, I have to bring my expertise in, like she said, in my strengths. If because this is her endeavor. If she's an entrepreneur, this is her lane,
Yes.
not mine.
Yeah.
My support would be, if only thing I can do is cheerlead.
Clap on. Clap
Right,
on.
but that's my support. Or
Yes.
even stand, if I want to stand in the background while she do her thing and just shut up and be her support. Sometimes they need a show somebody an ear to say, okay, this is not going right. This and that. And it's not for an answer, but just they need to hear themselves out. Stay in your lane that you can work best in. Because she chose, if this is a romantic partnership, she chose you for your abilities, who you are, and how you navigate life.
Yes.
And navigating your life is supporting her in your way.
Yes. It's a good answer, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I worked on that one.
You wrote that down.
Okay, so as a woman that is also an entrepreneur, one of the things that I can say, because I do have a black man that supports me, that encourages me, that he will ask me what I need. You know, he'll say, what do you need from me?
Okay.
And how can I help?
Yes.
So if I'm not telling him, I appreciate the fact that the question is there.
Yeah.
What do you need from me, Keith?
Yeah.
And that's important, rather than just making assumptions, or rather than just taking over and just doing it, or feeling like because I'm a woman, I can't do it.
I got you. That makes very much sense.
Does anybody in the live have any comments or thoughts about that? Anybody in the audience have any thoughts about that? What does that look like for you to support your black woman?
Okay, I'm gonna say something while we have any comments. One thing we need to understand is, and this is not a dig or a negative. I would like for a black woman to understand how support works, because if they never received it, they may not understand how to receive it. This is one of the questions I want to address later: is how to you black women who are doing such great things can receive support without feel like we're overbearing on you, because that's the thing I would sometimes struggle with. When do I do too much? And and that's a thing like, okay, Marcus, pull back. This is not your ish. This is her, and I don't want to take your shine because this is your dream. And so that's one of the things I want to address later on, maybe how to not overtake.
Okay,
that's a good point.
It is a good point.
So let's also talk about, how do you feel like you can stand with black women even when it's not a romantic connection? How do you do that? How do you show up for other black women that you may not be involved with romantically, but she's a friend, she's a sister, she's a community leader? How do you support black women that you're not in romantic relationships with?
That's a very great point. To address that, I look upon my own family members. I have sisters, I have a mom, I have aunts, and whenever they have something that they are putting together or doing, I want to be there to support them. My sister has a business. My other sister like to do a lot of family events, and therefore I'm there, as Marcus said before, cheerleading, but I'm also participating and I'm doing things that they may need someone who has a big shoulder to carry some things on, a big strong back to lift some heavy stuff. But beyond that, you help by providing the support that they need as encouragement. You're providing them the atmosphere to feel comfortable to be themselves, because now that they see family members, people tend to get more relaxed than being in a room full of strangers. So on that aspect, that's how I would support.
I think that's a great point. I want to kind of turn that question a little differently, though.
Mm-hmm.
So because I've been just watching the comments and the engagement of social media surrounding Black women, one of the things that I've noticed a lot is how particularly other Black men have been tearing Black women down. They've been calling Black women, the most recent thing is the Risa Tisa. She did a 50-part series on TikTok. And Charlemagne on the Breakfast Club said that she had a big back and that she was moving like a big back woman.
Mm.
What do you guys have to say about men that are expressing negative things about Black women? And how do you feel about that?
All right. So first, I'm gonna address that. Go back to your original question about supporting somebody you're in a non-romantic.
Yeah.
The quickest and easiest way to answer that question: do more for her than you do for that white man.
Okay. He said that.
I'm gonna say it because the establishment you do for all these non-Black places go a step beyond what you do for them.
Yeah.
For her, and I bet you succeed. Come on, my man has this question.
Okay,
Yes,
so we have someone in the audience that wants to say something.
How y'all doing?
What's going on, brother?
Yeah. Well, going back to the original question that started the show out.
Yes.
We spoke about the meat and her husband, why he support her.
Uh-huh.
He probably support her. I mean, sometimes I support and go along with what the brother says. Sometimes I support his silence.
Yes.
Sometimes, she got that still silence right there.
Yes.
That's support enough for her.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Not being so overbearing.
Yeah.
And putting your ideas and true ego into the picture.
True.
But just being silent, it kind of give her that energy to speak what she needs to speak and not speak what she needs to speak. Because that's wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get the wisdom.
Of course.
What's taught her.
Of course.
And just like with the woman with the big back and things of that nature, we support our women in all facets of life.
Yeah.
This is LLCs and things like that. We just support them in diet, support them in their health, because our health is our wealth.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And the best way to support them like that is like work out with them. Yeah. That's work.
Motivation.
Yeah. God told us about work. He didn't tell us about on 9 to 5.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He was talking about working on yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in regards to like talking about somebody, bringing somebody down, having something negative to say, that's easy to do.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? But standing there with some discipline, standing there with a woman with some discipline, that's what it really needs.
Supporting a Black woman.
Yeah, standing there with some discipline.
Public eye.
The white man is not standing up with her no discipline. He giving her ideas and thoughts and stuff, and she running with it.
Yeah.
She doing what she can do best.
Yeah.
That's nurturing and creating.
Yeah.
Okay.
She ain't got nobody standing with her with no discipline.
I got you.
If she do that,
Yeah.
she adhere.
Yes, sir.
Right.
My man.
Oh, that was good.
Okay.
That was good right there. That was good. Okay, we got some more people that just walked in the building. My sister Keisha is in the building.
Hey.
We appreciate you coming in here. Okay, so that was good.
It was. I wanted to provide a comment to the question that you asked of how people in the public domain are tearing down women in a negative context. To me, I look at it as these people are in a position of power and they should represent something positive, but they also have a view of listeners that are used to a certain style and they want to have that clickbait mentality to say, get something that's going to pop that people will then, ooh, you just said something. Let me tune into that. Almost like the Cat Williams and Shannon Sharp interview. It was a lot of clickbait information in there that people wanted to tune into. It seemed like we, as a society, like to listen to things that are train falling off the track mentality type, and that's not always a good motivational way to share a message.
Absolutely. So, as a Black woman, I will say that it was alarming to hear so many Black men say she's a big fat, or she's fat and she's ugly, and so she can only get a certain type of man based on it. She doesn't have a look to get a man who's a VP. And why did she think she can get a VP? Because she had a big back. And so,
Right.
That was my reason for bringing that particular question up is, why are we tearing other Black women down when we're supposed to be supporting, uplifting, and encouraging? Keisha, did you have something you want to share with us?
Hey.
Hey.
I just came in briefly. Of course, I'm going to support. From one big back to another, I got two big backs. Well, I think I have one of the bigger backs Black men like more than the other ones. But I mean, it's all still there to say. So I just think that it's almost like as soon as you think you've gotten over one thing, it's something else, with our culture. And I know a lot of people don't like Charleston White, but I follow him, and that's my friend personally. But a lot of the things that he says and speaks are facts. And sometimes people don't like the delivery, but it doesn't take away what is being said.
Right.
And how we're saying it. We don't have any kind of, it's just like we're trending. Everything is trending with us. So whatever is trending for that week or that month, that's what we're going with. We have no substance to anything. We just follow whatever anybody is doing. So if she has a big back, but y'all forgot a big back is who raised you. Mm-hmm. That's mama them. That's big mama them. That's how your behind ate every day because of that big back. I've heard a couple of conversations in the cigar world about, oh yeah, doctor said they say it ain't nothing but, excuse my language, shit in your ass. I dare him. And I dare y'all repeat that. Yeah. Because that's where we were raised from. And it's sad, but it's happening. But I just hate to see that in our culture. And I told some of my staff members today, shout out to me because I got a training position. I've worked very hard 23 years. Yeah. And so I'm trying to train the staff up right now. But I told one of the staff that we're as a culture, we have learned so much. We have to be untaught some of this foolish stuff first. Mm-hmm. Such as things as don't question God. Don't question God because God knows what He's doing. But in His Word, He says, "Test me in my word." I've never taken a test without questions. So that means that you have to question things. You can't just go. So all this unlearned stuff we've been taught, don't do what I say, not as I do it. Yeah. This and that, And so we still hold on to a lot of that as adults. I'm 48 years old, and we holding on to that, and we have to unlearn some of that junk in our heads in order to move forward. Ooh, yes. Yeah. So I didn't want to take over.
It's about learning.
That's it. Yeah. I'm learning this stuff. I'm learning, and then what works for you. Mm-hmm. Well, if the big back don't work for you, don't get one. Go get what works for you. Yeah. But don't insult me. Don't insult what I have because somebody wants this big bag. Somebody wants it, and that's what it's all about. What you want. And move forward in your life. If that's not what you want, don't worry about it.
Step on someone else's.
That's it. You don't have to put nobody down because whatever you have to offer, I might not like it. So I'm not going to put you down and degrade you because I love to see my Black men grow. I love to see them in whatever arena they're in right now. Sure. I told one of my friends that if I don't come in your life at this age and instantly elevate you, I don't need to be there.
Wow.
Yes.
Right on.
Too old for that. We almost half of our life.
Okay.
So I don't want to. If I'm coming in your life and I'm bringing you down, I don't want to be there. Let me know instantly so I can say, hey, this not gonna work. And so. And that's going to be what it is. So, yeah, that's my thank you, Chief.
All right. Oh, you'll be back up. Don't worry. There's a lot in you. There's a lot in you. So, first, I want to say about the big back. I'm not going to speak too much on it because I didn't take the time to listen to the whole segment or any of the segment. So I'm not going to speak about it too much. So I'm just gonna go by a little bit of her and what she was saying. Like you said, if you choose a woman who has a larger size, that's who you wanted.
Yeah.
But the thing is supporting. We're gonna support that. If she wants that stature, and I chose you, baby, we gonna cook this together.
Yeah.
Man. But if I chose you and that ain't what she wants, we have to do diet together. We can change our lifestyle together. We'll learn to eat different. It's about the subject is support. What do you feel is need? What do you feel is best in your life right now, baby? Because I'm not. After a month or two, fuck the physical. Where's the substance?
Yes.
We have to get to that point. I'm 47. No, damn, I'm damn near 48 years old. I'm not gonna. If I'm still looking for that 6-pack, big booty woman, like she's at 48, and she's that 25-year-old body, probably ain't gonna happen. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like you said, we looking for somebody to elevate each other.
So true. Uplifting.
Absolutely. Don, did you have anything else you want to add?
No, I just think that the fact that people that are on social media are using that platform, should be using the platform in a positive aspect, and to then use it to call out someone by a name is, to me, doesn't sit well. It should be speak good about somebody if you don't have anything at all to say. Don't say anything at all, but you don't have to use their name in order to lift yourself up.
Absolutely. So I appreciate everyone's feedback. Do we have any comments on our live, either on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook? Anyone that wants to share their thoughts about this particular question? If not, I'm going to move to the next question.
Let's move on.
So the next question is for the Black women. So Keisha, you might want to come back up on this question.
Get ready.
Black women, what do you feel your definition of a man standing with you is? What's your definition of a black man standing with you?
Oh, let's hear this.
Oh, I'm back again.
Yeah.
Okay, so recently, after years and years of just horrible decision making, childhood, grow up dating, trying to figure it out. I've been married twice. Recently, I've connected with one of my elementary school friends, and we just kicked it right off, and it's been amazing. After years of saying, I'm kind of giving up, I just really don't see how people, I guess I don't live that kind of dating lifestyle, but I don't see how the confusion is when you actually with somebody. Sometimes I see relationships or couples walking, and it's just like, damn, I hate I'm here. And I never want to be that. I don't even want to be a part of that. And so me and this guy, we're dating and we're just having fun, and he's very uplifting and just very supportive. And that's what it is. Just support each other, because at this point you should be kind of established.
Yes.
Now I don't want to have to pull nobody all the way. I understand you from the bottom, but listen, come on, by now, you got to come up with a little something. Have a little something. Don't make me have to come home. Oh, baby, you got to get up and clean your clothes. See, I'm about to work too hard, and then I know I'm going to get frustrated.
Yeah.
And so we're not going to do that. But by now, we should all be halfway established, halfway there. We should understand together where we need to be going or moving towards if we're not there yet together. We don't come right in together. It should be a common, hey, this is where I am, this is where we're about to go.
Yes.
Not where we need to be, but where we're about to go. We're going there. There's no question about it. And when he spoke this to me, he said a cousin gave him a, what do you call it? When you see in the future, a cousin
Premonition.
Premonition. You're going to meet an older woman, not the young girls. She's going to do this, she's going to do that. And he said it today. He said, and you here, that you are the person. And that's what I need. He said, I can't believe it. I said, I believe it because I prayed, because I was exhausted. I've told God I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I wasn't tired. I'm exhausted of foolishness. Yes. And I can't handle it. I can't handle it anymore. So anything that's like that, you could be handsome and got all the 10 figures, and I just don't like you. Yeah. I don't want that. Yeah. You could be mediocre, go to work, keep your house clean. Mm-hmm. Come on.
And wash your hands.
Yeah. There you go.
Wash your hands.
And very respectful. and support me, and I'm gonna support you because I know what I have to offer.
Yeah.
And I'm just wanting him to understand it. He said you're a special kind of person because everybody can't love you. He told me this.
Wow.
Yeah, today. Like,
That's deep.
I'm like, God, come, God. I turned off the FaceTime like, I'm trying to drive. I got FaceTime. I'm like, God, thank you for this one. Thank you. Even if, whatever it may be, and I'm not even claiming that, but it sounds good.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's on the right path.
Yes.
And that's what I need to hear today.
Yes.
Sometimes people need to understand what you have for today is what you have for today.
Yes.
So if that takes me on for today to tomorrow, thank you, Lord. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for that.
Yes.
So that's my take on that. Just be supportive. Just be there understanding. Like you said, now what I do is I say, hey, do you want me to say something back? Because we talkers. Women are natural talkers.
Yes.
So we want to say, do you want me to say something back? Or do you want my opinion?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to be quiet?
There you go.
So I have to ask because I'm a talker. And I naturally already have, I don't even know what you're talking about. I have an answer.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fixer. I'm a parent. I'm a mother. I'm a lover.
Yes.
So my instinct is to fix stuff. And y'all don't really understand that because y'all don't want to tell us that anyway. But I have to learn that everything not for you to say something, Keisha, ask. Communicate with him.
Yeah.
Communicate with that person and ask them, do you want me to say something back or I'm here to listen? Because I can do what you need me to do.
Yeah.
But let's be there for one another. Let's support each other, have my back.
Yes.
So that's it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Great
So
comments.
you just went through like 2 or 3 episodes, Tuesday episodes of the poet in this therapist session.
Yeah.
But one of the main things was an episode, maybe last year, sometime 2023, and Kia and Shamika, and they stick out to me. They said, "You are the prize,"
Right.
and he realized you are the prize,
Right.
and verbally telling you that you're the prize is affirming that, hey, I'm here for you, and that's a form of support.
Yes.
You need to hear. Don and I did a segment not too long ago about love languages,
Yes.
and that words affirmation might be a word that your love language that he's acknowledging that, and I applaud him. I'm gonna applaud him because he's not here, but I'm gonna shout him
I'm
out.
gonna say his name, Karanta Roberts.
Karanta, I'm shouting you out because
Shout out,
sir.
Karanta.
because this is a positive thing, and that's what we want to highlight. We want to highlight that there are Black men that do support the sisters
That's
out
right.
here.
That's
There
right.
are Black men that are out here affirming their women, supporting their women, standing with them, and being supportive and encouraging and uplifting. By him saying that to you, that was words of encouragement. He's also what you also said was mutual respect. Well, that's one of the things that I got out of what you said. There's a mutual respect there that is that's support.
Right.
When you have that mutual respect, that's showing support to your partner. It's going both ways. It's not one-sided. So both people are showing respect and support to one another.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm just
Y'all
like,
just be ready for the wedding. Groomsmen, bridesmaids.
We got you. We got
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Ada Burn Bill gonna be right there.
yeah. But you already know who to send the invitation to. Make sure.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to make sure you send it to you know who. I am still acknowledging my manhood that we ain't gonna remember nothing. We ain't gonna keep track of nothing.
Where I put that paper, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, we got Keisha's thoughts on what a Black woman feels that a Black man standing with us is, and I totally agree with that. I concur with that. It's about mutual respect. It's about affirming her. It's about uplifting her. And what you said, babe, which was identifying those love languages and supporting in that way. Because identifying those love languages and then supporting in that way is a big thing, because a lot of times we don't get in tune with that. And then we're loving them the way that we want to love them rather than the way that they want to be loved.
Yeah. And,
There you go.
And I'm not gonna say that because I'm guilty of that sometimes. I'm imposing my love language on you, but like you said, communication, and you communicated that to me, and I had to realize it, but I had to be open to accept it. Like, yup, damn, I did that. My bad. I'll get back on track, babe.
Yeah.
And
The respect and equality thing is something that should be there from a Black man's perspective. Respect your lady.
And if you're together in a relationship, you can equally do things to make it grow. If one side is dragging the weight, the other one is not carrying the load, it's going to make it a little harder, a little tougher. So with the equality, we can make things better, we can make things easier, and we can grow together.
Absolutely. Do you think that, and this is not on script, y'all, so I'm going to throw y'all off a little.
All right.
Do you think that there are times when you don't want to support your black woman in the way that she wants to be supported because it doesn't align with, whatever your thoughts are, whatever your beliefs are, whatever your ways are? Do you ever feel like, I don't really want to support her in the way she wants to be supported?
Going to that club, you know what I mean? I'm not supporting that. You know what I mean? You should be here with me unless we go to somewhere where there's an adult, an event, we can go together. But if you just go out to the club with your friends every weekend, I ain't for that. I ain't having it. I can't support that.
That's your non-negotiable?
It's non-negotiable. One of them, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Anybody in the audience?
The actual thing is us being able to sit down at the round table as men and as women and see what we really actually need to do for us to better each other. Because if a man be a man and better himself, he can actually lead a woman, like she needs to be led.
Yeah.
Whether she big, small, no matter what she is.
Yep.
So it really boils down to a man being a man.
Yeah.
See, a man being a man, that answers a whole lot.
Yeah.
See, because when a man can be a man, then he can lead, well, baby, let's do some exercise. Well, baby, let's change that, like the brother said, let's change our diet.
Yeah.
Let's do this right here. Let's do some things that's healthy because that's going to carry over into us making healthy decisions. When we do healthy for the body, we do healthy for the mind because you are what you eat.
Yes, indeed.
You eat that material. We eat it with our minds. So we have to digest and get on the same frequency with one another. That takes work.
Wow.
Yeah, that takes
Okay.
dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes more than that 9-to-5 job. Like I said a while ago, it takes some work on yourself.
That's good.
That's
Right
where you
on.
find that's where you find the real love.
Yeah. Wow.
Hell, baby had
Appreciate that. That was good.
Yes, we had one comment. We had a comment from Floyd in the Facebook group. Said, "I love you, black woman."
Thank you, Floyd.
Appreciate
Thank
that,
you.
Floyd.
We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Sir. And I like what my man said up here. He said when you sit down at the round table, that equality is there's no, I'm sitting at the head of the table and y'all sit on the side and listen to me. He said at the round table. So we're coming together. Appreciate that.
And this goes back to walking, standing and limiting your masculinity. If she's trusting you enough, she'll allow you to lead. She trusts you enough to lead and not to lead the family astray. So she's supporting you as much as you support her.
Yeah.
And that's like I said, I'm not best at it. I'm not perfect at it. Every day I'm learning that attribute and even my mistakes. She supports me and says, "Okay, babe, that's not right. I don't feel comfortable." And part of supporting her is listening to those opinions.
Yes.
Because we're strong. We always gonna be stronger together. So that's another way we support. Support works both ways. Leading is still supporting your black woman. We always got to support her. And if she's not right or you feel she's wrong, that's when the communication and that's where the ultimate challenge comes in. Is trying to speak to her and say, "I don't believe it's right, but come decision because you're not always going to be right, man or woman, and we got to make the appropriate decision without alienating each other."
Yeah.
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 I think that's a healthy way to be able to communicate. And one of the things that I always say is emotional intelligence, right?
Mhm.
Because sometimes we lack that, which affects our communication with each other. Because if you tell me that you disagree with something or you don't like something, I should be able to receive that, right?
Yeah.
I should be able to respect what you're saying, especially as a black woman, respecting my black man, hearing him out. I should be able to have a dialogue with him without disrespecting him, without raising my voice, without cussing at him, without feeling that I'm being attacked. Because if I'm with you and I love you, that means that I respect you. And I need to show that respect to you. I need to understand that, there's a place here. And it's not that I don't have a say so. It's not that we're not equal in this, collaborative partnership, but it is about giving my man the respect and acknowledgement. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. One thing I'm going to add to that, excuse me, real quick. You can, leading is not leading that relationship is not dominating that relationship. I'm not going to lead is not to dominate you. You're not a dog. You are a God created person, and you created for each other.
Yeah.
We still have to be respectful.
Yes.
Wait, real quick, John, go ahead and say something real quick.
I was going to say,
we got you,
can
brother.
also lead by setting the example. As in a relationship, if the man is taking the lead, as you said, it's not about dominance, it's just leading by setting the example. We're going to be respectful amongst one another. I'm going to come in the house and speak to you. Therefore, in return, you're reciprocating that. I'm going to go in there and wash the dishes for you. I'm going to go in there and make the bed. I'm going to do these things. And in turn, you're going to reciprocate. You're going to rub my back in that. I'm leading by example without even having to ask.
Yes.
And in turn, you don't have to wait for me. You just go ahead and also reciprocate.
Yes. That's good word. And like when you said wrong. I think that's a lot of stuff we got on the table between the black man and the black woman. Who's right, who's wrong. And we need to get that out of our DNA. We need to unlearn that. Because ain't nobody wrong.
Yeah.
If we working together.
Exactly.
If we working together, ain't nobody wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We both right because we both on the same page. We both on the same page, so we gonna get it right, or we gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
That's how we got to look and approach it. It's a new way of thinking.
Yeah.
We got to approach it as a new way of thinking. When we came off the plantation, we didn't know how to read. Now look, did nobody come teach us how to read? We taught ourselves.
Yeah.
Our grandmothers worked hard and sent us to school.
Yep.
So we got the benefit out there.
Got to.
Respect it.
Yes.
We don't want to be turning each other down
Exactly.
with the little education we got. The little bitty education we got. Let's think about it. The little bitty education we got. Come on, because it's a whole lot more.
Yeah.
When it comes to knowledge of self.
Yeah.
That's the highest education you can get.
Yes.
Your master's degrees, your bachelor's degrees, they ain't nothing compared to the knowledge of self.
Yes. That's a word. That's a word, brother. Knowledge of self. Come on, Keisha.
Speak to us.
And also to add on to what he said, and going back to my previous comment, the unlearning everything. Also, my grandfather maybe had a 5th grade education, and I watched my grandmother respect him. So that had, this is what I'm saying, I don't know what has gone on throughout the years and these ages, but what I do also, what I am able to acknowledge is the fact that in a relationship, once a woman does disrespect a man, that man never looks at her the same again. He may stay in the situation for comfortability or whatever his choice is, but once you decide you disrespected that man and you went ahead and go whatever you want to say, pop your neck and blah, 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 whatever it is we do in our culture.
Speak on it.
Once you do that, you have lost your mate. You have lost him inside. I've learned that from listening to my guy. I'm a tomboy, so listening to my guy friends, I've learned that.
Yeah.
So some of y'all slipping out there. Y'all need to tighten up.
How can they recover from that if that situation has happened?
Just like I said, it's on the man at that point. I'm not sure of how you recover. Some things we can't give an answer to because I don't know. I can't tell you, and it's up to that person to decide if he wants to or not. Because the thing I also know is once you do something, you'll do it again. You're capable of doing it again. So that's why my trust issues are screwed up, bad. Because my mom and dad say, "Don't trust me. Don't trust us." We're failure. We're human.
Yeah.
So even from a child, out the womb, I've been distorted in trusting people, but at the same time, it was so real because they were honest.
Yeah.
Just saying people will fail you. Not necessarily saying like they wasn't gonna feed me or something like abusive, but they were just letting me know that we may say we're gonna get your car, we may not be able to get it.
Understood.
We may say we're gonna get you some nice things, but we may not be able to get it at the time you pay. So my trust issues was like, okay, you may do it, you may not. But like I said, throughout the process, what I've seen, something my grandmother said, I'm going to my grave with, which means mind your business. That means I ain't telling you that.
Yeah.
So some things you just won't know.
Yeah.
I also know that I have a uncle and my mother are the same age, but they don't belong to my grandmother. So when you're a child, you don't understand that. But when you grow up, you're like, hey, how Uncle such and such is 48.
I understand.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you, as a child, you learn that in that moment, you learn to mind your business. Because she said some things I'm gonna go to my grave with. But what I learned also is that even as an adult, you're gonna go through something. And if I want this structure to look like a family structure, I'm gonna stay with my man. So basically, my grandmother was my man back then. Because I'm gonna stay with him. I don't care how many children he brings. I'm gonna take care of them, but this is my man. Your grandfather is my man, and y'all better not get out of line with him or say anything, and me either. Yeah. So that's what I learned that, and you learn it now. So when I hear people saying, "Oh, I'm about to leave," well, where are you going? Because you're going to be ultimately you don't know if you're the reason why you're leaving. You don't know if you're the reason why you're leaving. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just ready to go to something else now. Nobody wants to stick it out and see. Let me see if I can, like you said, if we can mend this. Let's see if we can work this out. Everybody ready to quit. Everybody wants something. The grass is greener. You didn't know it was spraying that grass.
Okay.
They ain't putting no fertilizer out there.
You're not actually tending the yard. He's taking a shortcut.
Yeah, he's taking a shortcut. So when you get over there, you think you're going to be different. You're going to shortcut you too. You're going to shortcut him too. Yeah. Because you don't want to do the work. Yeah. So with that being said, this is a whole other segment. Self-work. Work on yourself first before you start dating people and destroying these people's lives. Yes. And that's what I told my friend.
Every other Tuesday with the thought therapist and the poet segment, we address it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I just told my friend. I said, I'll be a fool to get in your life and disrupt your life at this age, knowing I don't have anything to offer you. Yes. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I just need to be single out here by myself, kicking it, because you can be single. People, you can be single. Be single out there doing your thing, kick it, and do whatever you want to do, and live your own life. And don't go in here disrupting these people trying to find a good wife, a good husband. Don't go in there disrupting these people's lives. Leave them alone. Yeah. So that was my take on that.
So there's something that came to mind when you were speaking about, and because I don't want to lose focus on our topic.
Right.
And we was talking about men losing respect if you disrespect them. But how do a man get it back if he fails to show that black woman he's in romantic relationship support? Can he get it back?
Right.
So I'm gonna address that to you, babe, because if a man doesn't show you support in your endeavors, can he come back from that?
Does he want to first? That's another question.
Yeah, that's the first question is, does he want to come back from that? But I think also because I dated people that didn't support my endeavors. So I know what that feels like. I know what that looks like. So you can't really come back from it. Like for me, if I'm dating you, it's hard to come back from you not supporting me or you telling me, why are you out networking and doing these things and why are you talking to these men? Because I dated someone that was very jealous, very possessive, didn't want me talking to people, and I'm like, that's not supportive. And I thought the answer was, well, just don't come. Right. But then how are we a couple?
Exactly.
How are we together? So again, I don't think for me personally, it doesn't work. I don't see how you can connect with a person that does not support your endeavors, that doesn't see what you're doing and say, that's her purpose, that's her passion, I'm standing with her, I'm going to support her, I'm going to be here to uplift her through the process rather than tearing me down and making assumptions that because I'm out networking with people and most of the people are going to be men, that you take it and say, oh, you must be doing something with these men. I can't come back from that because I'm going to continue doing that. It's my business, right? So I have no choice but to do that. So it's hard to come back into a relationship and think we're going to have a healthy relationship.
Or or you'll be miserable by trying to follow him and not do what you want to do. Now you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that doesn't work at all. Neither one of those work at all.
All right, we got a comment in the Facebook group. It says here, in our life journey as well as within a relationship, you have to constantly grow. If you are no longer able to water and feed each other in your partnership, you become stagnant and it can allow for poison to fester. That's very deep. That's very deep.
Absolutely. Ooh, that was good. That was
Facebook, coming straight from Facebook on that comment. We appreciate that feedback. That comment was very deep.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Yeah, that was a great comment. And the part about being stagnant, I really appreciate that comment, because you can become stagnant with someone if you're not on the same page, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to move forward and you're trying to keep us where we are, right?
Exactly.
So I think my next question actually was connected to the question I said I was throwing in.
Okay.
Which was, do you as a black man feel like you should not stand with the black woman, and why not? And I think Don kind of touched on that when he said it's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
But I'll still ask that question. Do you as a black man, I'll ask you this question, babe.
Okay.
Do you as a black man feel like you should not stand with the black woman, and why not?
Okay. I'll never not stand with you. I may not always agree with you, but that's something we have to address. And when we address it is the key. That's something we don't address in front of nobody. We address that in our four walls of our house, where it's just us. That AKA that bedroom talk. We may not get a boom boom. We need to get some resolution. And I know, especially with you, because you're my mate. If you ever feel I'm not standing with you, it's something that really is going to weigh on you, and it's going to bleed through everything we do from that point on. So I'm always got to stand with you, because I'm standing with you. No means I always agree with you. We always got to make that clear. But the thing is, how do we address this difference? I think that's probably the best answer for that. To me, that's the only way I can sum it up. Staying with you, don't always agree with you, but staying with you nevertheless.
He will be there. He might have his arms folded like this, but he gonna be there.
Man, that lip stuck out, like,
Lip poking out.
man, I'm going to my other room. Shit.
What about you, Don?
Yeah, Marcus makes some good points there. You do want to always be there to support, even when you may disagree. Sometimes you have to, I have to drag myself to do things. But beyond that, I do feel like support will be given, because in return, I want support as well. So, you give me, you take, and you receive. You can't always be one-sided. It can't always be on, I'm always right. And so in that aspect, I am going to stand. There may be a disagreement, and we can discuss it, we talk about it. And as long as it doesn't conflict with any other things, I will be there.
So, thanks for responding to that question. I do want to say something that someone said to me, and I want to kind of get your thoughts about this.
All right.
So someone said to me, this was early on in Marcus and I dating, they said, that relationship is too healthy.
How is that?
So, what do you guys think about what's a too healthy relationship?
I've never heard anything too healthy. You want it to be healthy. You want it to be as healthy as possible. You got to have knowledge of self, health, and wealth. So it sounds like someone's on the outside looking in, and they see the fun that someone's having, and then they in themselves may not be able to have that same type of atmosphere relationship. Therefore, look at that old person over there. They got on those nice shoes. Said in a condescending way. So that's what it sounds like to me. Is condescending, but there's no such thing as too healthy.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Marcus?
That sounds like a great comment, because guess what? That means they ain't in your business in your bedroom, because if you see, that means we're letting you see what we want you to see. I'm not going to let you see the conflict. That, because conflict is not for public, conflict is for private.
Exactly.
So everybody don't need to be in your shit, and that's where we go wrong.
Amen. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
I'm supposed to give you the healthy. I need to give you what you need to know about me.
Yes.
So this is Dar from the real, and we're transparent. So yes, I'm gonna tell you we fight, we argue, we have conversations. But one of the things that promote healthiness is your disagreements is your disagreements, not everybody's disagreement. So if you say it's too healthy, hell, that means we're doing something right.
We got some comments here that I'm going to read off.
Okay.
Facebook users. One of them says, "Hello, I think I hear Keisha's voice."
You do hear Keisha's voice. That
And
means you tuned in late because she been on the mic.
the next comment says, "Always think about the source." I think that comes from the fact when you said you have a too healthy
Yes.
relationship,
Yes.
because there may be some jealousness. And another comment says, "Too healthy, in my opinion, only means they want a little drama, a little firecracker, but not in the disrespectful way." So laugh that off. We got one more here from Laquita. "There is no relationship too healthy. That means you both are doing what's needed to make the relationship work, and that's a plus." Indeed.
Right on.
Indeed, too healthy. You want it to be healthy.
Yeah.
And it's connected to this conversation, right? It's connected
Yes.
to the conversation that Black men are standing with their Black women and supporting their Black women, right? It
Yes.
doesn't need to look like what you see on Housewives of Atlanta and all that drama. Everybody doesn't live that way, and I think it's important for us to note that.
Right.
Everybody doesn't have to have drama in their relationships. Everybody doesn't have negativity in their relationships. We all will have some challenges and that we have to overcome, especially as it pertains to communication. But I think that to say that you're looking for toxicity and negativity, that is more of an internal thing that has nothing to do with the people that you're looking at. That's something within you that you have to deal with. My brother here said it's the internal work, it's the understanding self, right?
Yes.
And so I think that that's important that we highlight and that we really try to focus on the positive and that we try to do the work internally so that when we see other people in positive lights and healthy lights, that we don't go straight to the drama or negativity.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out the drama.
Exactly.
Who tell somebody they too healthy?
Right.
I wish the doctor tell me that when I go
Yeah, I
for
know,
my
right?
checkup.
Yeah.
You too
Way
healthy.
too healthy. You ain't gotta come back 20 years.
Right. The only person I want to tell me that is the doctor did all my checks and I'm good.
Yeah.
No, you too healthy.
Yeah. I'm too healthy. Let me get some of my money back. Let me get some of my premium back. Yeah. Shoot.
Okay, so my next question is, what do you feel about a Black man or a husband or a partner standing with their, what do you feel about a Black man or husband standing with their women? Do you see that as positive? Do you see it as negative? And that kind of talks to what I just mentioned. Do you see that when you see a Black man standing with their woman, their mate, their spouse, how do you perceive that?
To me, the idea of a Black man standing with his Black woman, whether a husband, a partner, or ally, is generally viewed as positive and essential for fostering healthy relationships. When I see that, I see strength in numbers.
Yeah.
I see positivity. I see two people making it happen. And that's one of my views on that.
That's awesome.
Hey, man.
That's solidarity right there.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna use context clues because some of them words I got lost on. Shit, I appreciate you. That's why me and you do a segment together because we're same opposite side of the same coin. Because I use words like the, him, this, that, and use them 4-syllable words. Shit. What was the original question? I got lost.
The question is, what do you feel about a Black man, husband, or partner standing with their women? Do you see it as positive, negative, too much, whatever?
All right, so it's always going to be positive standing with you because, let me preface that, it's always positive when you stand with the right one. It's always positive when you stand with the right one because this what I have to give should not go to somebody who's not deserving of it. And this goes back to choosing the right person for you.
Yeah.
Now that's the only time it can really be negative, I imagine. But
so that answer is that's a thought I didn't even think about. Standing with the wrong woman. I hadn't even thought about that.
Wow, you bringing up a whole other subject.
I mean, it is what it is because we can misplace that support.
Yes.
You know, like say, as I mentioned earlier, somebody who may not know how to receive it, or somebody who's not using it for the good of the family.
Oh.
Instead, they're looking for them to come up, not to bring us up.
Yeah, so they're using that person.
Exactly, because my support for her is at the end of the game is going to bring us up. Nothing she's going to do does not have family in mind. You know, there's certain struggles she going on her own with, but that struggle she goes solo in is always for the family. Nothing she doesn't have family first.
Gotcha.
And that's why I say I have to give that support to her because it's not for her, it's for us.
Yes. Gotcha. We got a comment here from a Facebook user that says a challenge to your relationship is growth. We got to get out of our comfort zone so that we can get to the next level, like Mario.
Mario. All right, okay.
Yeah, that's old school right there.
Yeah, that's old school. Let's go back to 94. Let's go back to 94.
Yeah. Let's eat that mushroom, get bigger, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to make this matter go. Yeah.
Now, I got a question now because I want to touch on about receiving support and the woman aspect. Because one of the things I have to, like I said, I had to pull back, but also I want to learn when is it too much? Because one of the things, this is how, let me explain this, how I'm coming from. So when we refer to Monique and we refer to her husband being right there by her side in these meetings or in the interviews, this and that, and sometimes saying too much. Now, to play devil's advocate for the ones who's the naysayers on it, because it's such a distraction for me being there, I be want to know when it's going to be distraction for me looking at me and taking the shine from you. And knowing at that point when to say, hey, no, I need to be back here in the back. You can handle that. Or knowing that, hey, I know my baby can handle these men. Because I know it really is going to be a man-dominated world regardless. But I know she's showing up to handle it, and I don't want to seem like I'm doing too much. And that's the question: where is that line coming from a woman's view?
So I think it's really about communication, right? And I'm a communicator, so I can say to you, hey, this is how I need to be supported, or I don't really need to be supported that way, right? We've had several instances where you've just stood back and you've not said anything. And then we've had instances where you're sitting right there next to me because you just want to be a support to me in that environment. And I can say to you, no, babe, I want you here. I need you here. Or I'll say, no, I'm good. I got this, right? Because a lot of times you'll even ask me, do you need me to come there with you? Do you need me to be there with you? I think in the Monique and her husband situation, that is a situation where not only is her husband, but he's also her manager. And so people had an issue with him sitting in rooms when she was discussing business things. And I said, why? First of all, even if he wasn't her manager, if she wanted her husband there as support, sitting next to her, that shouldn't be an issue. And no one should feel like intimidated unless you're trying to get over on the woman.
That part.
You see what I'm saying?
That part.
So that was my initial thought when I saw that. I thought, well, are you trying to get over on this woman? Is this why, I know Tyler Perry and other people were like, your husband, you can come meet with me, but I don't want your husband there. Yes. And I'm wondering, why is it that you think that a black woman's husband shouldn't be sitting with her?
Exactly.
All right, Keisha.
Okay, and I just have a small one on this point because I understand what he's saying, because sometimes we could be so excited for you as well, we'll overtake it. Hey, get up and do this, babe. Then you're like, damn, this is my project. What is she? It ain't yours. And so actually, like I said again, the guy I was dating, he said that there was one of his concerns with the young lady he was dating, that he had a great idea, but he wasn't ready. He said, I'm moving with God say moving. And sometimes we're so excited or whatever, because we have the means, but it's not mine, it's yours. Yeah. So once again, with that communication, once you communicated that to me, or I've communicated that to you, babe, I'm not ready to move on that just yet.
Yes.
Back up off of it.
Yes.
Back up off of it, because that wasn't yours. Get up off my stuff. Get up off my stuff. Yeah, because now I'm starting to feel like I'm being pressured, and it was it was my thought, and you don't want to be pressured, because once again, we're building. We're a relationship, and we're going to move forward when it's time to move forward. Yeah. Especially if it's a woman to a man to a woman, because he's leading us. So if I got something, we're just natural. We're going to be digging flower beds, and we're going to be doing all that. Come out here and do it. Oh Lord, I want to watch the game. I don't feel like digging no flower bed shit. But the thing about it is, with that communication, let's communicate and talk about it. I know babe's going to watch football at 12, so 8:39 we're going to get up, do the flower bed so he can be with me. Then we can go back and watch the game, whatever. I'm going to sit there and act like I know what's going on. I happen to be a woman that does, but the ones that don't, they just act like they, to be supportive of him as well. Yeah. So that's what I can get out of that one right there. So we can't overtake your. That's how you stay together, by not trying to overtake my future. What I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why when you said it, I understood. I was like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That was good, Keisha. I think that's important to note that, no, you don't want anyone to take over. You don't want someone to overstep, right? Right. One of the things that Don said earlier that I want to go back to is that mutual thing, right? You said something about, if I'm doing this, she's going to automatically do that, right?
Yes.
So if I'm showing you support, you're going to automatically show me that support back.
Yes.
And I think that's important, because if I'm saying, hey, I need you to support me on this venture or this opportunity, okay, I'm going to support you on that. And then when you come and tell me, I have an idea, I want to explore this, then that's going to be reciprocated.
Yes.
If that's not reciprocated, I think we can determine what that may be for us as individuals, right?
Indeed.
But I think the goal is to have the support, the collaborative effort, and to look at it and say, this is something that is positive and that's going to take both of us in a positive direction.
So true. We got some comments here I want to read. We got a comment says, a challenge to your relationship is growth. We got to get out of our comfort zone so that we can get to the next level. I think I've already read that, like Mario.
Yeah.
And another one says, sometimes being supportive is just sitting there and listening to your partner brainstorm that next move.
Ooh, that's
very
that's
good.
good.
I do throw a lot of ideas against the wall and different concepts, and then it's about planning how to get to that objective. And you got someone who can listen to you, can offer advice when asked, therefore paying the mutual respect and not overtaking the conversation as if it's their own. And I think you got something there. I also wanted to touch back on that Monique conversation you was talking about. Now, I don't know the dynamics between Monique and her husband, but him being there supportive is just as important as him not taking over that conversation, because you see in some relationships where the husband won't even let the woman speak. He's not only her manager, he's her husband, he's her lawyer, all these things, so Monique probably can handle her own, but at the same time, he's there to support and be there to offer advice if she asks. But I think she pretty much handle that very well and explain it.
And one of the things that I'll say that I often say I need support for, it's not generally in my business. It's things like, babe, take my car till it gets serviced, right? Because I know they see a woman and they think, I don't get over on this woman, right? So
dollars.
So I definitely, and that's just one area that I communicate to him and say, hey, I need you to handle that part, because I don't want to deal with taking my car to get repaired and get serviced, because they see a woman and they like, yeah, I'm getting ready to get her. Right? Come on, Keisha. Yeah. And then I'm going to leave y'all alone after this. But it's so good. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. Because I realized for myself, for me, I've been strong a long time. I've been strong. I was but not single mother in that the dads weren't around, but I had to raise my children on my own. I had 2 boys and a girl.
And I always, when the door creaked, I'm jumping. And I realized for me, like some women need protection. Some women need a man with money. I work hard, so I didn't need that one. I could check that one out. Some people need a man, like you said, to go service their car. I know how to do that because I'm a little rough and say, no, I know how to do that, and I like to work with cars, so I know pretty much what to ask for. But I realized that I was a woman that I need protection. That's what I need for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and so when I understand that that's what I need for me, some of the things that other women need, I can't compare anything with what they have because I need what I need for me. And saying that, I'm saying that to say, when somebody can come and I can sleep easy, I don't have to worry about because I need that protection. I have that protection now. That's what works for me. That's what's working. And so, like it goes back to what we said earlier. People kind of just need mind your business a little bit. Mind the business that pays you what you need for you. Everybody look at different topics for what they need to do. I need that protection. So that's what I needed. So that's how I understand, and that's what God sent me. That's what He does. From what I see so far, that's what He sent me. So that's where I'm going.
All right. Thank you for
You were right on.
Do we have any other comments we need to address?
No other new comments. Marcus, you want to add to that?
Well, as in being supportive, we're not saying we don't want to come and take your strength from you, or not saying you're strong, but we can come in and share a load with you and allow you to move how you need to move. If it takes me going to service a car while you working on your brand, it's a support. I mean, the fact that you said service a car kind of hit me kind of wrong right now because we just went and got the car service and they hit me in that pocket.
No matter who with, right?
Yeah. I don't want to slap the shot their ass, but anyway,
He went this morning.
$250.
how'd you know?
I'm just saying that was a little meme they had going on the internet with the little boy.
I ain't smiling right.
You can't smile. 250 is a lot.
Yeah.
That's 250.
But anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna that allows you to work on your brand and things like that because your gift needs space. All gifts need space. Creativity needs space. And with space, you need time. You're able 24 hours in a day and 8 hours of sleep. What you got with, what you're working with.
So, I really appreciate that you do that for me, babe. I want to definitely let you all know that one of the important things that we wanted to emphasize in this conversation is that there are some positive relationships out here. There are some healthy relationships out here. There are black men that are standing with their women. There are black men that are standing with black women that they know. There are black men that are standing with their black mothers, their black sisters, and so on and so forth. And so, as I know it, there are some negative narratives out there, but we won't focus on that, right? We're going to focus on the good, the positive, and we are going to highlight that.
Yeah.
So I got two positive black men sitting next to me. I have some positive black men here in the audience, and we want to thank you all for attending, for supporting, for showing up to have this conversation with us. Any last words from you, Marcus or Don?
Before we go, our last words. Okay, a couple of comments we want to shoot out real quick. Go ahead, Don.
We got a comment coming all the way from the NO saying, "Hey, from New Orleans, sending love." We appreciate that.
That's Andre.
Appreciate it, Andre.
And there was somebody in YouTube where said, "What country are you from?" We're from Texas, USA.
Texas, USA.
Texas, USA.
Texas, y'all.
Hot, cold, hot.
And thanks for tuning in with us.
But no, my last words are to the aspect are support starts with putting your heart into it, communicating it. Those two are two things that you need to show support in a romantic aspect. For a non-romantic aspect, like I said, do more for me, do just as much or not more you do for that white man. And I'm not gonna say white man, do for others.
There you go.
Because we tend to have a mentality where we forgive and let things slide when they're not our sisters. Oftentimes we give support to black people, men and women, and they get one shot to impress us. But you go to McDonald's every day and get disappointed.
Talk about it.
A little burger.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
So let's move with a little grace. Give. If you can't give more, give equal.
There you go.
But babe, you always gonna have my support. That's all I can say. You always got my support. And one thing you know how to communicate with if I'm doing too much, and I need to make sure I listen. And check. And also, we also as men sometimes we need to check our egos. I have an ego. I get my ego gets me in trouble sometimes. I'm admit it. I'm learning to still check my ego when it creeps into play.
That's good, babe.
Well said, Marcus. Well said. And before we get out of here, I'm going to give one bit of advice. For those that know, I am a writer, an author, a poet, and now a podcaster with these guys here. But the bit of advice I want to give is anyone can be anything if they put their mind to it. But anything don't mean a damn thing if anyone don't put their heart into it.
Right on.
Yeah, that's good, Don. That's good.
And that's why he's a writer.
So we're going to close out, and of course, I want to give a huge shout out to my babe because he is my number one supporter. The way that he supports me and shows up for me, it's beyond anything that I've ever experienced in a relationship, and I appreciate you, babe. When we started Data Firm the Real over 2 years ago now, we really wanted to highlight positive relationships, whether people were single, because being single is a relationship, right? Yeah. We wanted to highlight positivity with dating couples, and we wanted to highlight positivity as it relates to married couples as well. Mm-hmm. And so we want to thank Don, who is a new co-host with us as of a couple of months ago. Yes. He has been a great asset to the team, and we have one team member missing, which is Shamika, our DAR therapist. She's in California, but she's here in spirit with us. So we want to thank her. And of course, we want to close out with a big thank you to Tony, the owner of El Jefe. Thank you for hosting us this evening.
Hold on, Tony. Come on up here. Come up.
Come get your glory.
We want to give you your flowers. And I also want to say this since I've met Tony, he has just been an amazing brother. He has been a supportive brother. We've hosted other things here. I like to just come here and smoke. And he is an awesome host. I mean, if you are in Dallas, even if you aren't a smoker, just come in, say hello to the brother, show him some love, buy some of these good cigars as a gift for your husband, for your boyfriend, for your dad, your uncle, whoever, because we need to be supporting each other a lot more than what we do. So thank you, Tony. Thank you. You got anything you want to share?
No, no. I was listening, and I'm more of a listener, and what you guys are doing is just awesome, and I see the brightness in you since Mark has been with you, and like I said, you guys, you're helping other people out with this conversation. So, no, I'm glad that you all came here to do that. So
appreciate you.
Yeah, and we're gonna finish. I got a whole stick right here. I ain't leaving when it's over. I ain't leaving.
Yeah,
we don't stop until we finish.
Yeah.
So again, thank you all out there for tuning in. Thank you for engaging with us online. And the next time we come to a live spot, we want to see you all in the building.
Yes.
All right. Until next time.
Appreciate
peace.
It. Later.
I've been loving